If you still can't dribble in 2K25, then you found the right video. So I know dribbling this year is a little bit different than in the past 2Ks, but it's really simple when you spend a little bit of time like I did to figure out how to do the moves that I'm gonna show you how to do in this video. All right, first, before we get into anything, any dribble moves, any animations, anything like that, we wanna go into our settings and make sure we have the right settings on. And while we're here, let's go ahead and throw our shot timing on high risk reward. This right here is gonna be the best setting to have on when it comes to shooting. And then your layup timing, you can put that on real player percentage. It's super glitchy, so throw that on. So as far as dribbling, the only settings you need to look at are your pro stick orientation, and you want to make sure you have that on absolute. So this right here, it doesn't matter what side of the court you're on, if you're at the top of the key, in the corner, whatever it is, your right stick doesn't change depending on the camera. If you're in the corner and you want to dribble to your left hand, you're going to flick your right stick to your left. If you're at the top of the key, you're going to flick your right stick to your left. If you're on the right side of the court, you're going to flick your right stick to the left. So it's pretty consistent no matter where you're at. If you're on camera relative, it's going to change based off of the camera. So if you're in the left corner, you're going to flick up on your right stick for the ball to go to the left hand, and you don't want to have that on because it's going to change depending on where you're at. So put your pro stick orientation on absolute. And then this setting right here, I don't know why 2K put this in the game, but determine whether to allow passive dribble hand switches when the left stick is released. This setting right here, whenever you're not touching your stick, your player is going to be dribbling left to right, and this is bad because whenever you're doing combos, you need to know which hand to flick the ball to with your right stick, and if your player is switching hands, then it's going to mess you up and give you bad animations. I've been turning this off. Everybody should know about this, but since this is a beginner's dribble tutorial, I want to make sure that everybody has their passive dribble hand switches disabled. This right here is what's messing you up whenever you're dribbling if you have it on. First, we're gonna start with our dribble style. And this is mainly for my smaller guards that can unlock these animations. If you're a taller guard and you want a dribble tutorial and sigs for bigger guards, let me know in the comments down below and I'll put that out for you. But the dribble style, the best one by far in the game right now is Darius Garland that everybody can unlock. You want to put on Darius Garland. For Darius Garland, you need a speed with the ball of an 85 and you need to be under 6'5". So that's why I say for my smaller guards, because if you're over 6'5", then you ain't be able to get this. But if you can, make sure you have on Darius Garland. It's the best in the game. Onto our sig size up. As of right now, I'm using Trae Young. That's until I unlock Steve Francis. Trae Young is very good. It was good in past 2Ks and it's still good now. The dribbling these last few years hasn't really changed too much just because of the pro play functions. The animations are going to be pretty much the same. So right now I'm using Trae Young. You need a ball handle of a 92 and to be under 6'5", and that's only until I unlock Steve Francis. Whenever I unlock Steve Francis sig size up, I will be switching to Steve Francis. I think that's by far the best one in the game, but the one that everybody can unlock is Trae Young. Kemba Walker is another good one. It's kind of slow, that's why I like to use Trae Young, but Kemba Walker is pretty smooth. It's a good one. As you can see, he has good animations, but I recommend going with Trae Young. Onto our regular breakdown combo, you want to have on Steph Curry. You need a 92 ball handle and to be under 6'5", and as you can see, it gives you a really good combo right there. You can chain that to different combo moves. You can chain it into different hezzies and escapes and snatchbacks, all different kinds of stuff. You want to put on regular breakdown Steph Curry. Moving on to aggressive breakdown combo, I think Jordan Poole is by far the best in the game. All you need is an 80 ball handle and to be under 6'5" to get this. So you don't really need nothing crazy to unlock this animation, but it's very effective. And again, you can combo this into your moves, cancel out of it, speed boost out of it, all that good stuff. Onto the escape moves, I recommend 2 different escape moves. Right now I'm using Steph Curry, but I do recommend De'Aaron Fox as well. For Steph Curry, you need a 92 ball handle and to be under 6'5", and then for D Fox, you need an 89 ball handle to be under 6'5". So if you don't have that 92 and you went lower, you can go D Fox, but I've been using Steph Curry for a little bit right now, and it's my favorite one. Combo moves, want to go with Ja Morant. You gotta have an 86 ball handle and be under 6'5". I don't do this move a lot, but all you do is flick your right stick left and right, or right to left, whichever hand you start with the ball in. It's gonna give you a combo move, a real good size up. I don't use it, but you can add it into combos if you would like. Onto the crossover, I use this a lot whenever I'm coming up the court and I might be getting pressed by lock, or if I just want to do a move coming up the court to get some explosion and change direction. I use Kyrie Irving crossover. You need a 90 ball handle and then to be under 6'5". A lot of people use Chris Paul. You need an 80 ball handle for Chris Paul, but I don't really like it. It gives me a weird hitch animation whenever I cross over, so I don't like using it. That's why I recommend going with Kyrie. Onto the behind the back, there's 2 that you can go with. You can go with Darius Garland or you can go with Trae Young. So Trae Young, you need a 92 ball handle under 6'5", and then for Darius Garland, you gotta have an 84 ball handle and be under 6'5". And I'm gonna tell you why I'm using Trae Young and not Darius Garland. With Trae Young, when he does the behind the back, it's not super good, but as you can see, he creates separation and goes backwards. He doesn't go into the defender. But when you use Darius Garland, that move right there, it pushes you into the defender. So I get bumped a lot whenever I do that move. If I do it behind the back the opposite way towards the defender, then majority of the time I'm losing the ball. With Trae Young, he creates more separation and goes backwards, so that's why I use Trae Young. For our spin, I don't do these moves a lot, but we're going with Steve Nash. Onto your hesitation, we're going with Kobe White. This right here, I will have in an advanced dribble tutorial, so be on the lookout for this move right here. I'm gonna add it into a move and show y'all a real glitchy move that you need to learn how to do in this game, but it's a little bit more advanced, so I'm gonna go over that in a later video. So make sure you have noties on, make sure you subbed up so you don't miss that video. Onto the step back, there's a lot of good step backs you can go with. You can go with Luka, Darius Garland, Tyrese Halliburton, Zach LaVine. I will say Zach LaVine Darius Garland and Luka are pretty much the same. I think it's Zach LaVine, but whenever you do a snatchback, he crosses his hands over, kind of like that passive dribbling, and I don't like it. As you can see right here, he's gonna do it in a minute. Watch, he's gonna pop up, boom, and then he crosses over. I don't like that because it messes me up. So that's why I don't use Zach LaVine and I use Darius Garland, because when he does a snatchback, you'll see right here, he keeps the ball in the same hand. He doesn't do all that crossing over, all that extra stuff that mess up your combos. And all you need is an 84 ball handle and to be under 6'5". All right, so now we're in my court, and the majority of good dribblers in this game are gonna have smaller builds. If you have a taller build, it's gonna be pretty hard to dribble on the taller build because they don't have very good animations. They're slow and clunky. 2K kind of made dribbling stiff this year, so if you don't have a small guard, it's gonna be real tough out here for you. But I'm gonna go over some beginner dribble moves to show y'all some very good effective moves to get you open, you know, get you started until I drop that advanced dribble tutorial. When I drop that advanced dribble tutorial, I'm gonna show you the combos, the glitchy moves, this move right here, where you can get into a little speed glitch and then your player just moving like super fast. As you can see, he's kind of gliding around the court. It was in the game in past 2Ks, but it's in the game again this year, and I'm gonna show you how to do that in the advanced tutorial. But let's get into these beginner moves. All right, first we're gonna talk about our dribble style. So the dribble style we have on Darius Garland, and this right here allows us to get that speed boost right there. As you can see, boom, your dribble style is gonna change that speed boost animation you get. And the reason I like Darius Garland is because it's real smooth and it's quick and explosive. You can see I can hit, boom, get out. And y'all know how clunky dribbling is this year. So any move you can get that allows you to, you know, dribble smoothly and run out of moves and speed boost, you want to make sure you have that on. So you can see, boom, any move I'm in, I can speed boost out of it, and that's because of my dribble style. And your dribble style is going to be, you know, the foundation of all your dribble moves. You want to make sure you have that on, because if you have, I mean, there's other good dribble styles in the game, but Darius Garland is by far the best in the game. Like every comp guard, every top guard, every good guard in this game, you know, I'm pretty sure any video you watch over, you know, dribble moves or anything, they've been having on Darius Garland for the dribble style. All right, while we're talking about our dribble styles, let's transition over to speed boosting in this game. It's pretty similar to past 2Ks. I will say it's a little bit more clunky depending on what kind of build you have and what animations you have on. And 2K did that on purpose because they don't want certain builds to be able to dribble certain ways. So if you're a small guard, you know, you got lucky because you can move around a little bit. But if you're on a big guard, it's gonna be kind of tough, you know, putting moves together and speed boosting out of certain moves and speed boosting to the same side ball hand, all because of your dribble style. Kind of like last year, your dribble style is going to play a huge part if you're able to speed boost. So I have on Darius Garland, of course, and it is by far the best one in the game, and it allows me to speed boost fluidly. So boom, I'm gonna crossover, boom, crossover, and I can run out of moves very, very smooth, y'all. I know some of y'all might be on taller builds and y'all can't do that and y'all wondering why, but it's because of the animations in the game and the way that 2K made it to where if you're on a certain type of build, you can't do certain type of moves. So you're gonna have to, you know, bite the bullet on certain things and, you know, adjust and do things differently. But next, as you can see, I've been doing a move with my SIG size up. And as I said in the beginning, I'm using Trae Young SIG size up. It's a very beginner move. You know, it doesn't take too much skill to be able to do this move. It's very simple, but it's effective. So as you can see right here, boom, that's diagonally up to the opposite ball hand, and then boom, back to the right. You can go between the legs, boom. And as you can see in the hand cam, all I'm doing is flicking my right stick, nothing else. I don't have to hold down no right trigger. It's a very, very simple, basic move for beginners, but it's very effective. As you can see, you can do a crossover, just boom, boom, and then run out of it, super fast speed boost. You can also crossover and then go behind the back and run out of it. And I like to use my SIG size up whenever I'm doing combos. I'm doing combos, chain them together, throwing the aggressive breakdown, snatch back, all kind of different ways. You want to just be creative when it comes to dribbling. And I'll get more into these combos that I'm doing in an advanced dribble tutorial. But right now I'm going over the basics and some basic moves that get you started. You know, if you're having trouble dribbling and you can't really get open, these are some simple moves that you can do that don't take a lot of skill that are going to be able to get you open majority of the time in this game, especially on a smaller guard. On a bigger guard, you're going to have some trouble. But as you can see right there, that SIG size up, all I'm doing is flicking my right stick and then running out of it. And it's giving me a speed boost. So if you're using screens, you hit that move and then run past your screen. Majority of the time, you're going to be able to get open for a three or run to the rim. But as I said earlier, it's something that I like to add into my combos. I don't just do SIG size up, just sit here and do it. But you could spam it if you wanted. You could just boom, 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 and then spam SIG size up all the way up the court. I like to add mine into my combos because I don't want to, you know, be too basic, you know, be too like, you know, beginner level and be too simple. But yeah, that's all you want to do. You know, get your SIG size up, get you a good SIG size up. I think that Trae Young is the best one in the game. But if you find another one, like Kimba's a good one. Whenever I'm able to get Steve Francis, I will be switching to that. because actually I think that's the best one. But when I say best, it's the one that everybody can get. That's the best one that everybody can get is Trae Young. So make sure you're able to get that when you make your build. Make sure you can unlock the animation. Moving on to our escape move. Here's another move I like to add into my combos and combo up with, utilize it in different ways. And the way that you do this is just like your sig size up, but now you're gonna hold down your right trigger, and you can do all the same things that you did with your right stick without holding the right trigger. So if you're gonna crab to the right, you're gonna go diagonally up to the right, crab to the left, diagonally up to the left. You can tween between the legs. I messed up right there. You can tween, you can tween. You can also boom, go behind the back, behind the back. Very good escape move. You know, De'Aaron Fox and Steph Curry, I haven't found one that's better than these two as far as small guards. But if you got one that you think is a little bit better, let me know down in the comment section. But I think that Steph Curry and De'Aaron Fox are the top two in the game. I add mine to my combos. It's a very good thing to combo up with. So I'm gonna add it to my sig size up combo. So I could just Trae Young, boom, and then Steph Curry out of it. Very good move. Put a snatch back in there. Just combo moves up differently in different ways. And I'll go more in depth in that in the advanced dribble tutorial. But that's a very just simple move. It's your escape move. It can get you up and right here. You can run off of it, run to the corner, fade, run to the paint, dunk the ball, whatever it may be. Now we're gonna move on to the behind the back. And as you can see, when I hold down my right trigger like last year and then I flick diagonally down left to right, it doesn't give me my behind the back. And the reason for that is because 2K made it to where you have to do a move before you do your behind the back. So this year, you're gonna do behind the back, you gotta do a hezzy into a behind the back. And the way you do a hezzy is you hold down your right trigger and you're gonna flick your right stick to your ball hand. So right here, the ball's in my left hand. I'm gonna hold down my right trigger and then flick my right stick to the left and then flick my right stick diagonally down to the opposite ball hand to do the behind the back, just like any past 2K. And that's how you do it. You can do any move to activate that. You can do a tween behind the back, you do a crab behind the back, you can cross over. Anything that has to do with holding down your right trigger and then flicking your right stick, you can do it behind the back after it. And there's a way to spam that I'll go over whenever I drop that advanced dribble tutorial. You can spam the behind the back and forth. I don't really do it a lot because it uses a lot of stamina, but it's very, very, you know, spammy, glitchy type move. It's and I'll go more in depth in that whenever we get into that advanced dribble tutorial. And as you've seen me do this snatchback a few different times in this video, this is a very good move. It's kind of like the LeBron James step back last yeting. You just come down, if you're getting boxed, hit a snatchback. And a lot of the times you will stun your defender and then they won't be able to close out. And they might be kind of close, but they're stunned, so they can't contest you. So you can just shoot off of it. Very, very glitchy bailout move, but it's simple, you know, very beginner level type move. Doesn't take a lot of skill. Just hold down your right trigger and then flick down. And it's gonna give you a big hop back and get you up on the majority of the time. So boom, hop back, come down, be inside the 3-point line, hold down your right trigger, flick down, it's give you a hop back. You can combo with it, you can throw it into your combos, or you can just Trae Young, hop back. If you don't want to do too many different crazy combos, you can just Trae Young, snatch back. It's gonna give you a 3 majority of the time. All right, I wanna show you a real quick beginner combo that I like to do whenever I'm using screens on this build. So one is doing my escape move into a Trae Young. So I'm gonna do my escape move to my opposite ball hand, and then I'm gonna Trae Young back the opposite way. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna boom, boom. And that right there is a setup, because when you hit this move right here, your defender is gonna just go flying that way. So you're gonna boom, set them up that way, and then come this way, and then get you an easy 3. Or you can run, fade in the mid range, go dunk the ball, whatever it may be. But that's a combo, a very simple combo that I like to do a lot of the times. Whenever I'm having a hard time getting open, I just hit it that way towards the screen. So say if my teammate is sitting right here, say if I'm at the wing right here, and my teammate setting the screen on my right side, I'm gonna hit this escape move to the screen, and then I'm gonna Trae Young back the opposite way. He should get smacked into the screen, and you can run and have a wide open 3. But that's a very good, basic, effective combo I like to use. Another one I like to do, which I showed you kind of earlier, is you wanna do a tween into a snatchback. That right there, again, whenever you do double combos like this with moves that have 2 moves in it, you're setting your defender up. So right here, say I'm coming back to the top of the key and my center setting me a screen. I'm gonna boom, tween into the screen and make him go that way, and then do a snatchback. And I should be open because he's gonna shift this way towards the screen. And then when he shifts that way, my player is snatching back this way, and I should be open for a 3. And then his teammate, the other center that's hedging, he shouldn't be able to step up too far. You know, he should be, you know, playing on this side because the screen's coming from this way, so he should be helping on that side. So that's why I'm gonna tween this way and then snatch back this way, and both of them should be on the right side of the screen, giving me a wide open 3. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video of a more advanced dribble tut where I'll show you the best glitchiest moves in the game.